Do you struggle when it comes to your fairway woods? Sometimes they may be fat, sometimes they may be thin, and other times you hit them perfectly and you're not sure what the difference is. In today's video, I'm gonna give you a 5-step easy process to improving your confidence in your fairway woods, having a competitive edge over your playing partners, and having more fun on the golf course today. Hey, welcome to the channel. My name is Justin Riker. I'm the PGA head golf professional here at Magnolia Greens in Leland, North Carolina. In today's video, I'm gonna give you those 5 easy steps to improve your fairway wood play. If you would do me a huge favor before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and then comment down below what do you struggle the most with when it comes to your fairway woods, and I'll do my best to answer those in the comments. If you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty folks, for step 1, before we get into any swing mechanics, we got to start from the very beginning. And what I'm talking about that is we need to address the lie of the golf ball. Now, I'm on the practice range tee, so a little bit shorter than fairway height, so it could be very easy for me to get the back side of this golf club on the back of the ball. But what happens if we're in the rough? Ball sitting down, a little bit harder to get to it, and that's what we need to talk about right now. So when you're out on the golf course, whether it's a longer par 5 and you're trying to get down to a good layup yardage, you don't want to just have to be hitting an iron every single time just to get down the fairway. We want to be able to utilize these clubs because they are longer. They're meant to go longer in distance. So we want to make sure we're using them properly, but we have to start with addressing the lie. So if we're in the fairway, green light. Now, if we're in the rough like we are right now, and you look at this golf ball, you can see that there is green grass behind my ball, which if I try to hit this with this fairway wood, all right, this is my 5 wood, as it comes through, that grass is going to get in between the golf ball. So it's going to force us to swing a little bit further up, and now we're going to be swinging more on an upward angle, and we're only going to hit with the bottom part of the club, and only 1/3 of the golf ball is exposed. So where are we going to hit this? We're going to hit it on the top, and it's going to go very low and probably not go very far. So at this point, I would not hit a fairway wood, no matter the loft. I mean, unless you have like a 26-degree wood, then yeah, maybe we could get there, but maybe a hybrid or an iron, just due to the loft, will help us get through this grass a little bit more and be able just to get it to advance forward up in the air. But if I take my 5 wood and I get ready to hit this thing, it's going to come out very low just due to the fact that I can't get any momentum or loft on this club because there's so much grass in between. All right, so let's go back to the fairway. Alrighty, so now we're back in the fairway. Let's pretend, once again, this is the fairway. I know this is the practice tee, but now we're in the back on the fairway. We got a clean line. And what I mean by that is there's no grass behind it. We have all this green in front of us. So now we can hit a decent fairway wood shot just because our lie is so much better. And now we're going to be able to utilize these clubs the way they're meant to be on those long par 5s or even the long par 4s if you need help on those. So before we get going any further, let's go ahead and jump in to step number 2. All right, for step number 2, we're going to talk about where the low point and ball position should be in your setup. Now, I have two different clubs here. I have my 5 wood and I have my driver. And I'm sure you're saying, Justin, why in the world do you have your driver out? This is a fairway wood video. And a very good question. But to make you understand ball position, I had to grab my driver. All right. So we know with driver, if this thing was teed up, imagine this thing was teed up, it is right off the inside part of my front foot, even probably off my front toe. Okay, as far as ball position, because A is on a tee and B, we want to swing up at it to get the most out of this launch. If I take this driver away and now I have my fairway wood and I put the same thing as far as ball position goes, this thing is way up forward. Now, can I hit this? Absolutely. But because it's so far forward, we're going to start swinging up, and we're probably going to go ahead and top this golf ball again because we're swinging up. Now we're going to hit it with the bottom of the club face. Tiger Woods had an interview, I don't know, I think it was 2019 or so. They were talking about how to hit a fairway wood. And he said that he was watching, I think it was Ben Hogan, and he said that Ben, when he would hit it, he would try to trap the fairway wood just like an iron. And I'm not saying you swing like an iron, make a big old divot. No, what he was saying was you have all this face, utilize it. If you just hit just the bottom third, you're losing distance, okay? So we're going to learn how to utilize this whole face just by moving our ball position a little bit further back from center, or sorry, from forward, and then we're gonna make sure our low point is just slightly in front of that, so we can catch this still kind of on the downswing, make a little bit of a divot, and hopefully hit a pretty good one like this. So setup, if this is set up off the inside part of my front heel, I'm going to move this roughly 1 club head width back. Now it's just a little bit further back. Now when I get ready to swing, I'm going to make sure that I hit the ground after the golf ball, kind of trapping the ball against the face, kind of like I would with a driver, all right, to get a little bit of compression, and it would look something like this. All right, so now I did hit that a little fat because maybe it was a little too far back, and this is where you got to kind of play with this. A lot of the golfers that I teach, for whatever reason, have the ball too far back in their stance. Another reason why we top it. All right, so we go too far forward, just a little bit back. So maybe now a club head. Let's try it again. All right, and all we're trying to do is we're just trying to trap this golf ball against the face and then make a divot in front, like that. All right, so now you can see that I'm making a little bit of a divot, okay, in front of the golf ball, and that is producing a much higher ball flight and is a much more controllable shot than just hitting off the bottom of the club face. Now, stick around for step 3. Alrighty, for step 3, folks, we're gonna talk about tempo. Now, I know I've talked about this in other videos about tempo, but this drill right here, we're going to talk about how to keep the tempo with keeping our feet closer. Because if you can learn, okay, I'm not saying feet together like standing in the Marines or the Army. I'm standing a little bit closer, okay, like this, where I can still have a little bit of balance, but I want to swing at a tempo, all right, where if I hit this ball, then I can keep my balance and make sure I'm rotating. That's the key of this whole swing. Too many golfers, when they take this club back, want to go up, chop down, and that's how they hit it chunky. Or they go up and then they lift their chest up. We still want to stay in our posture, all right? And we want to rotate around our spine just like we would any other normal full swing shot, okay? So this drill right here is going to help you create a good solid tempo, but also help with your solid ball contact. So feet closer together. I'm not looking for a full swing, but I am looking to make sure I'm rotating my chest back and through and keeping my balance the best I can. All right, so it would look something like this. Probably swinging about 50%, give or take. Alrighty, folks, for step 4, we're gonna do another drill, but this is going to help you make sure that you keep the radius or your circle wide as you're coming down to the golf ball and as you're exiting. So now I want you to try this with your feet together, only swinging about 50%. So when we set up to this golf ball, our feet are gonna be closer together, just like they were in step 3, all right? What I see with a lot of my golfers is they're good on the backswing, but as soon as they start coming up, just like I talked about before, they start lifting up. And what they're doing is they're bringing their arms closer, all right? So we're good going back. They start bringing them up, changing the radius, all right, and getting a little like chicken or alligator arms. And then we go through and we kind of flip at it, making it even smaller, all right? What I want you to do is take your shorter stance, keep it wide, wide. Notice how my arms are extending through the shot here, and we're extending out over here as well. So it's one of those same motions where we're extended back at impact through extension both way, or keeping your circle wide the whole way from coming down and impact through, all right? And it would look something like this on the face-on view. So keeping my short stance, wide radius, wide circle, whatever you want to call it, and it would look like this. Now I'm really starting to hit it solid, and there's one more step to go, so please stick around. Alrighty, folks, we've talked about steps 1 through 4, and now we're getting into 5. And the last thing that I talk about with my students, and this is when we get a little bit personal, is not everybody is designed to hit a 3-wood correctly. And what I mean by that is sometimes if you have a little bit slower swing speed, or the way that you deliver the club into the ball may not be the best for a 3-wood. So you don't need a 3-wood in your bag. I'll be honest with you, this off season I've been toying with going a 5-wood and a 7-wood. As a PGA professional, that was hard for me to overcome. I've always had a 3-wood in the bag. As I'm getting a little bit older, I've realized that I want as much carry distance as I possibly can, and I'm struggling to get the ball up with a 3-wood. So I've moved to a 5-wood and a 7-wood and moved the loft. It's a great thing about having adjustable fairway woods. This helps me generate more loft without having to produce it. And what I mean by that is I don't have to feel like I have to help this golf ball up in the air. I've got the loft of the club to do it. So just because you can't hit a 3-wood doesn't mean you can only have a 5-wood and a 7-wood. If you need a 5, a 7, a 9, an 11-wood, whatever it is, that's great. There's nothing in the rule books that say you need a 3-wood. As long as you have 14 clubs in your bag, you're good. If you have under that, awesome. But just because you can't hit a 3-wood doesn't mean you can't hit your 5-wood better. So remember that. Alrighty, folks. For step number 5, the final step of how to hit your fairway woods better, we're going to talk about rhythm. Now, I'm sure you're saying, Justin, we just talked about tempo. Yes, we talked about tempo on how to make sure we are swinging within ourselves. So tempo and rhythm are kind of all the same, but number 5 is really important, and it's what gets lost with a lot of amateur golfers. So tempo, yeah, we want to keep a good tempo, which means aggressive if we can, but rhythm, let's think of music. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so when I teach this to my students and we talk about rhythm, okay, I think of when we get set up, we're going to go 1, 2. Notice how my voice didn't change when I went 1, 2. Most of the time when I have my students do this, they're 1, 2, and they really try to kill it. The purpose of this golf club is to advance it as far down the fairway as we can. Try to get to the green as close as we can. So if your rhythm is off, you're going to hit this ball all over the place. You're probably going to chunk it. You're going to top it. Every once in a while, you might square up and actually hit it good. But other than that, it's just a wasted spot in your bag. So let's learn how to utilize these clubs, okay? So rhythm, let's think of 1, 2. Got my setup, good stance, good ball position. We're going to go 1, 2. 1, 2. Maybe you need to go a little quicker. Maybe you're a little quicker person in your own self, so maybe we need to go a little bit quicker. So, but once again, we go 1, 2. 2 should be at impact. Go a little quicker this time. 1, 2. Not as good as a result because I sped up. So for me, I need to be in that 1, 2, and that's when I hit it good. Alrighty, folks, there you have it. 5 easy steps to improving your fairway woods, having more confidence, having that competitive edge over your playing partners, and having more fun on the golf course. If you do me a huge favor, and please make sure you subscribe to my channel where I produce videos just like this every week for golfers just like you. Make sure you like this video as well and comment, and then share with a friend so they can improve their golf. If you would like to come see me here in person at Magnolia Greens, I'll leave that down in the description below. And if you can't come see me, that's okay as well. I'll leave the description to my online teaching academy in the description below as well. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.